What is up, you guys? Welcome to a rebroadcast of Midlife Vibes to Tuesday night. No, it's not. Wednesday night live stream. Yes, it is a different night tonight. Hi, Samantha Lowe. How are you doing? So, I'm just randomly going live here because we have not been live in a little while. And you know what? I don't like that little branding that I have up in the corner there. So, I'm just going to remove it. There, I like that better. I like more of a clean look, I think. This is what I think. But I don't know if anybody's even going to join tonight because it is Wednesday night. We normally go live on Tuesday nights. And here we are. Hi, Mickey Bunch. How are you doing? It's always good to see you. I miss you. I'm sorry I missed all your live streams. Our timing, I think, is just off. I don't know. I think I'm either working or I'm doing something. I don't know. Juan Rodriguez in the house. Lori Jean, hello. And Melissa, Carrie. Carrie, you're there. Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Is Michael playing cornhole again? I mean, that seems to be the story of his life right now is cornhole. You know, maybe I get bored and maybe Michael can join my live stream, or he's a super busy guy. Oh, thank you, Mickey Butch. Taco Tuesday time on Wednesday. Thank you, Maggie, for saying. Thank you, Kelly, for saying you like the shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts. I haven't worn this in a while, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw out this shirt and try it on. I mean, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I feel like I have to sneeze. You know how you get that little itch in your nose, and then you're like, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Well, that's what I'm feeling like right now. So send him a link. He would love to join. Okay, in a minute. I'll tell him I'm going to cover a couple of things, and I'm going to send him a link. And so we have not been live. Becky and I have not been live for, I think it's 3 Tuesdays now. Tell me if I'm wrong, Juan, but I think it's been 3 Tuesdays. Now that's the longest we have not been live on a Tuesday night in many, many, many years. So I'm kind of like, Becky's like, are you going live tonight? I was like, I just got out of work. And let me tell you, LA traffic right now is horrendous. I had to commute. I had to go off site and get something. And I had to drive across LA, and it was ridiculous, you guys. I mean, Orange County is just so much better than LA when it comes to traffic. Let me tell you. Hey, so Cargo, what's up? Good to see you here. Cheers, my friend. Hey, Juan, I think you owe me something from Cargo. Just putting you on the spot there, buddy. But, so I just wanted to come on and kind of talk about that. And then I wanted to talk about a few things that have been interesting to me around Disney and some renovations and some different things going on. But I want to talk about what's been going on with us. So it just so happens that in our life, nothing bad has happened. That's why, not why we've been missing, but good things have been happening. And that's why we've been missing our Tuesday night live stream. I got a promotion. Becky got a promotion. But that threw off our schedules a little bit. So we're right now, like I couldn't do yesterday live stream because I had to work super early today, and so that would just really I like to not do the live stream and then have to work super early because usually might be some drinking involved on our live stream. There might, sometimes it runs late, and if you got to get up at 3:45 in the morning, you definitely do not. Okay, Juan says, "Oh yeah, I owe you hugs and squishes from Cargo Bears." Juan. Okay. So it's just throwing us off now with our new schedules. What we're contemplating, we haven't made a decision yet, but I figure I would just talk to you guys about it real quick too. Is that we're contemplating not going live on Tuesdays anymore and possibly doing lives on Wednesday nights. The next few, let me see. I'll tell you right now, there's going to be a day where we're going to do in December where we're going to do one Tuesday night, and then the rest are going to be Wednesday nights. So just because of scheduling and how it's going to work out in our lives, that's just something that, has to happen, I guess. So right now, it's tonight's Wednesday, I think, and I guess I could look it up and tell you guys. I mean, it's not like I don't know. I could figure it out. Next week we'll be live on Tuesday. Now we might be missing Becky again because of, like I said, everything good has been happening in our lives. We're moving on up in the world, making more money, having a good time. But after next Tuesday, we'll do Tuesday night live next week. And then after that, oh my goodness, it's going to be Wednesday night, and then Wednesday night. So the next 1, 2, 3, 4 live streams after that will be on Wednesday night. So basically the first week of December is going to be Tuesday night. And then after that, it's going to be Wednesday night live streams. And that might just be the new night. Don't quote me on it, but right now that could be the new night is Wednesday night live streams, just because of work schedule and everything like that. And I just have to say thank you, DDG, for joining us tonight. Whoop, whoop. Brittany's new page. Whoop, whoop. Happy Thanksgiving. And Mr. Joe Ross is here in the house. So welcome. God, you guys can make it tonight. So what do you guys think in the chat? I mean, do you think that, how is that going to affect us? Wait. So is it lime first, then tequila, then salt? It is. No, it's salt, tequila, lime. Come on, Juan. Man, so I, like I said, I was moving on up in the world and had a goodbye party for myself, and I got a lot of new bottles on look at right this shelf right here. There's a lot of new bottles. I think I got 3 new bottles of Terramana. There's a new bottle of tequila over there. I got 4 bottles of tequila and a bottle of Jameson that came new to the old bar back there. I didn't have to buy any. So salt, yeah, Juan, that's right. Show us salt, drink, and then that's a lemon. That's a lemon, Juan. That's not a lime. Look at Juan. I think you got the last one. Can you find a lime one? Is there a lime in your emojis that you have? So that's what we're thinking is going on with us. But I just wanted to come on because we've been kind of quiet. We've been super busy with my new spot, my new job, I guess you could say, is it's going to take a little bit of a toll on me. It's a longer commute. I got to get into LA, and that just adds to the drive, man. Hey, Richard, what's up, buddy? So those of you who live in this area, like I was commuting towards the 605, which wasn't bad, but now I'm commuting all the way towards LAX area, and so my commute has at least doubled in length. And maybe it definitely is doubled in time, and sometimes time and a half. So, instead of being a half-hour commute, it could be an hour to an hour and a half commute. Like today, it took me an hour and 20 minutes to get home. So, woo-wee. Green line. Is that one of the railroad lines? I don't know. But, and I don't, I'll be honest with you. I would love to take public transit, but I don't know if it's safe anymore around here in LA to take public transit. There's some crazies out there. I've heard some stories, let me tell you. Why does your room look smaller? Probably because I'm not over here and Becky's not over here. And it does look, right? I guess the room looks like it's a little bit, does it look like I'm closer to the back? I don't know, Richard. I'm not sure. I'm in the same distance that I normally am from the back there. I did add the bar because that bar was on a wall where you guys couldn't see it over there. So I added the bar there because I just felt like that wall just wasn't cutting it, and I wanted a little bit more. And I think I'll add some LED strips or something to it. I'm not 100% sure, but it's getting windy outside, you guys. I have the window open so I get some fresh air, but it's getting windy out there. Is it windy up there where you are, DDG, and Brittany's new page? Because it is getting windy over here. So give me a second, you guys. I want to send a link out real quick and then talk about some things, if I may. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out this whole situation. It's kind of weird being on the live stream by myself. I'm so used to Becky being here, and she's not here. So she's at our daughter's house right now, getting ready for Thanksgiving, and they're pre-cooking and all that stuff. They invited me over, but I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go over and watch you guys cook. I think I want to go live instead and just hang out with everybody. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm trying to figure this out here. I think I got it. But hey, time out with Michael. What's happening, brother? Oh my gosh, my mom is on YouTube. Usually she's on Facebook. She's actually on YouTube. Wowzers. Yep, the wind is playing with the power. Yeah, they said that some people down here in Southern California area are going to be maybe without power because when the wind acts up, you know what happens over here. Utilities start shutting off because of wildfires, and then other things. Wait. What just happened here? Hey, ever happened to Mark out? Oh, Mark out. You know, he just posted a video a little while ago on his channel. He has not been on our channel in a long time, but I subscribed to him on YouTube, and I think he posted it was a train ride or something like that. But yeah. So beyond that, beyond like, us not whatchamacallit, doing Tuesday night lives anymore, except for next week will be Tuesday night, and then after that will be Wednesdays for all of December. Beyond that, not a ton of stuff going on here. Just like I said, it's been work. I did, if you follow us on Instagram, I did go to the driving range and hit some golf balls. I really want to. I asked about Boomer. Oh, you asked about Boomer? Well, Boomer's been around, but not around here. So, so I did go to the driving range and start hitting golf balls. So one thing that us not having Disney passes has helped us with, or allowed us to do, is to do some other things besides going to maybe Disneyland. Carla and Kiko Adventures in the house. So that's one thing that I think is beneficial. Now, talking about Disneyland, I'm gonna bring on, since I don't have Becky to talk to, I'm gonna bring on my buddy Michael, because I feel so lonely on this stream right here. So I just want everyone to welcome Time Out with Michael. Thank you for joining us here. Time Out with Michael. How y'all doing? Y'all? You? I don't know. Are you a y'all or are you a you?
I am a you.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Or should I say, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a minute. Holy cow.
Yeah, where have you been, huh?
Work has consumed my entire life.
Echo.
Do I have echo?
Let me see if I want to make sure so when you go to audio on Streamlabs, there's a button that's echo cancellation. Make sure it's checked. You see it on there when you go to your cam mic?
Do I sound better?
Yeah, okay. I think that's better.
That's better. Okay, good.
Yeah. So that's one thing I love about StreamYards, is that they have that echo cancellation. So it hears my voice talking and it knows to not display it. So hopefully everyone else got the echo went canceled, but we'll see. Michael, we need a Disney World trip without the kids. Okay, Fred. Oh, he doesn't want you to bring your kids to Disney World.
I don't either. Oh.
There's two types of Disney World trips. There's the family Disney World trip with your children and your spouse, and then there's the adult Disney World trip without your children and without I'm just kidding, with your spouse. Michael, this is going to be a challenge for you. What am I drinking? You're not going to get this one. I'm just going to tell you right now. You're not.
That one is
No way. There's no way he can get this. I'm telling you right now. So, before you guess,
Kirkland Signature Cranberry Seltzer.
Okay, so this it doesn't say anything on. So Michael, the one time I was drinking my seltzer out of my nice cooler cup here, and Michael goes, "Oh, that's a good seltzer." It was a blah 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 blah, whatever it was, and I was like, "How can he possibly know?" Michael knew exactly what I was drinking. Look at this, exactly what I was drinking from that. All he saw was this: 100 calories, 5% alcohol. He probably couldn't even read that. He just saw the strip. And he said a Kirkland cranberry seltzer. And just so you guys know, I want to hold it up right so that way you guys, Kirkland hard seltzer,
it's
black
close.
cherry. Now I don't know if Kirkland actually makes a cranberry, but maybe we'll just say you meant to say black cherry.
I was thinking holidays. That's why I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if it's the cranberry." So
yeah, so they have black cherry, they have grapefruit, mango, and lime. At least in their big box that they have.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't know who makes it. Who makes Kirkland seltzers?
Kirkland.
They usually hire that out to somebody, don't they?
It would. I think it. Yeah. somebody makes the Kirkland brand. Somebody makes the Sam's Club brand.
And it's not Budweiser, is it?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because it has that flavor to it. I think. I could be wrong.
That's a good thing though. We should research that. That'll be my homework.
Right? I'm just saying, you of all people might, know that. Like, I love watching the videos of Kirkland brand, like the alcohols and stuff, and seeing like who makes them or what they compare them to. And like when you get like the whiskey experts or you get the vodka experts and they compare the different ones to the brand names. Like Kirkland has a couple vodkas. They have one that's really just made for mixing. That's that big giant bottle, really made for maybe mixed drinks or something. But they do have a higher end Kirkland brand vodka, which some experts say that it actually is better or tastes better than like a Belvedere. Is that right? Belvedere or even a Grey Goose.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not an expert in vodka, so
all it is a label. I mean, if you think about it, Vizio TVs are so cheap, right?
Yeah.
All they are, they're a Sony knockoff. That's all it is. It's like it's just a name. You're paying for a brand.
No, and it's funny because like back in the day, I used to work for a company called Fry's Electronics back in the day, and they we'd get these Sharp TVs and we'd get these RCA TVs. They were the exact same TV with just a different logo on it. And it was just funny. And then you had like Mitsubishi TVs, the big screens, but Sharp made the components for the Mitsubishi TVs. And it was just like, people have no idea, they just really don't. And it's like, okay. Brittany's new page, you say you're not a whiskey expert? I would beg to differ. I think you are quite the whiskey expert. And I have to say hi to Anna. Hi, Anna. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it.
So what have you been doing? What's up? What's going on in the world of Josh and Josh?
We were talking about just work, new positions and stuff, and commutes, and Becky, the same things going on with her. And so that's kind of why we weren't live streaming, is because it just kind of threw us out of whack, I guess you could say. My schedule and everything, just the Tuesday nights just didn't really work for us this past 3 weeks, and even this week. So I was just like, I'm gonna go live. I'm off tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. Becky's at our daughter's house because we're having Thanksgiving at our daughter's house because she bought a house this year. And so we've been kind of like, I think, the first year, I think you have a house. I think that's the year you do everything over there, So like Halloween, we went over there, and then Thanksgiving, we're going to go over there. And I think Christmas is at my house though this year. I'm sure we'll go over there, but I know my mom's coming into town. And so I know she was going to come over here, but she's over there. I was like, I don't want to watch them cook all night and prepare food. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go live.
Commute has changed by how much?
Double the distance and more than double the time.
Wow.
For sure. But, the money.
The money, yeah.
We can discuss that offline, but the increase was very, very lucrative. Let's say that.
And you got to meet what's her face, Electra.
Yeah, that was true. That was fun. That was interesting, but it was brief. It was only an hour long, but that was a very down to earth person. So. But what's going on with you? Like, I was shocked that you're not like at a cornhole tournament or something.
I did do a cornhole tournament this last weekend in a town about an hour away from us. Really big. There was actually 3 professionals there from cornhole. They play in the Denver area, so that was really fun. Cornhole, yeah, it started again Tuesday nights indoors. It's a little bit smaller. We thought it'd be bigger, but it's not. So we're getting done a little earlier, which I'm not going to complain about that. So hopefully I can jump back onto your live streams when you get there.
Now I have a question. The Cornhole Experts, do they like basically put it in the hole every time?
I would say yes and no. Depending on if they get to throw first or if they don't. They definitely know how to slide the bag into the hole. They definitely know how to move around a bag that's in front of a hole, or what they call directly in the hole is an air mail. Absolutely. They sure do.
Like they know when somebody else gets really close to the hole, how not to knock it in, and how to knock it in if it's their own, but how not to knock it in if it's not theirs, and play off of it into the hole.
But even then, they'll slide the bag right up and knock that other person's into the hole with theirs as well, because they know that's a wash. So rather than fiddle around with it, they're just going to push the bag inside. So
they just they
do know how to do it. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I love that game. No one ever wants to play with me out here, but I did play over at Carla and Kiko's house though one time, but I can never get anybody to play over here. I can't wait to come up to see you, and we're gonna play.
Oh yeah, we're gonna play. I'm no good. I really am not. I'm behind the scenes. I'm the one running the tournament, doing all that stuff. I really am not good. So you start out with an SPR, like a handicap of 50. Okay. You start out with that. My handicap is 45. So
all these nights you're still at 45.
Yeah. I don't play every night, and when I do play, so like when I played in the summer league, my partner wasn't that great, so it went down, and then I learned how to throw some bags. I learned the bags to play, so I'm getting better, I guess.
Oh, Copamelo's camping in the desert. What are you in Joshua Tree? Where are you at? What desert are you camping in? Awesome. That's awesome that you're camping. I wish I had time to go camping right now. It's probably cold out in the desert though tonight, I would think. In the wintertime, the air's a little chilly. Juan was he couldn't help himself. He was all this hole talk had him cracking up. He was dying. Juan, do you have any problems getting it in the hole, Juan? Are you good there? You able to play some cornhole?
I hope Juan can get it in the hole. That'd be bad.
Yeah, right.
That'd be bad. So yeah, cornhole, and then work. My driver, I've been trying to train a driver. So I don't always pick a class A CDL person that has to drive my trucks, because I could pick that person, but they got to deliver soda, and it would be like really bad if I picked them and they didn't want to work, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Yeah. I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character. So I picked somebody with a class B, and she didn't work out. So now I'm back to square one again. And we didn't have a morning person for our big stores. So trying to do all that, get that taken care of. It's been a crazy 4 weeks for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Carla, is Kiko working? Just a random question out there for her. But yeah, this is my busy time, so I things just get crazy for me. I mean, I wish it wasn't. I want to, and I still don't have my new car yet. Like, I thought I was going to get it last Friday. Like, I mean, they actually called me and said it was there, but they made a mistake. I threw them off. So let me tell you. So
okay,
they called me a week and a half ago, the gal, and she said it looks like it's going to be delivered on the 19th. Well, that was last Friday, right? And so I was like, okay, but it wasn't 100%. It was just like, this is what it looks like. So my car, the last time I talked to them was 2 months ago. And I had my car, like I go online and I get it appraised by Carvana and by them and by I think CarMax, to see who's going to give me the best price for my car. Well, I know in 2 months, my car value has gone up. That's so weird to say. My car value is going up, not down. As I put more miles on my car and time goes on, my car has gone up in price. So Carvana 2 months ago was going to give me 15.2, I think it was, or 15.5. And now they're going to give me like 16.3. I paid 17 for that car 4 years ago.
Wow.
If I were to sell it private seller, I could probably get
20.
18, 19, maybe 20. But I just don't want to go through that hassle, and I don't want anybody coming back at me. So I'm just like, you know what? This is just the easiest way for me to do it. And, you know, I'm not greedy. So, hey.
How long until you get your car? Do we know? Is there?
Yeah. So Friday, I went on their website to reappraise my car. Well, that triggered some things on their end. I had a salesman call me, and I was like, no, or text me. And I was like, I text back and I said, no, I'm just reevaluating my car because I'm supposed to trade it in on a car I'm getting from you guys. He's like, oh, okay, sorry. They generated a lead for me, blah, blah, blah. Well, then that triggered something else. My salesperson who originally I was talking to was on vacation. So the person handling her account, something triggered and it showed in her thing, or somebody told her something. And so she called me and I didn't answer the phone. At the time, and I called back and she's like, oh, okay, yeah, your car's here. Just give us 3 or 4 hours for it to be ready. They got past inspection, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, so I take my car to the car wash. I get the armor all out. I clean it all up all nicely, right? Because I'm going to take it in there. While I'm doing all that, she calls and I missed her call. And so then I call her back. She goes, why did you why did you go on our website today? Like, she was confused. I was like, no, because my car went up in value, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to reappraise. She goes, oh, she goes, no, there was a little miscommunication on our end. Your car's actually not here yet. It's still in transit. It should be here by the end of the month. And she said the 29th, but that's like on Tuesday or Monday or something like that.
Monday.
Is it Monday?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's Monday. So, because my original contract with them said it should be here by the 30th of November. So I'm just like, okay. I mean, no big deal. The bad part about it was that I was running my brakes. I was just grinding them in because I was like, I'm trading it in. I'm going to just one more day. I was like, that's it. My brakes were done pretty much. But I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm going to trade it. Then when they told me that, I was like, oh, I can't go another week to 2 weeks without brakes. Like I'll probably die. So I broke down. I went over to Yaya's. You know, I said, look, give me the cheapest brakes you got. Slap them on this thing. I don't care about the rotors. I don't care about anything. Just slap the cheapest brakes you can because it's just got to last me 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
So, Mr. Houston, these brakes on your car, they actually go on a Chevy Nova. They're not for four.
I mean, obviously he's got to have something that fits. But I said, don't give me the super duper brakes. Give me the most generic, brakes, OEM version that you can find, because I don't need to spend a lot of money because the car's gonna be gone really soon. So I was like, that's it. Just give me the cheapest that you got. And he hooked me up. And thank you to Yaya from the Yaya Chronicles. If you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, make sure you go check out the Yaya Chronicles. Also, check out Time Out with Michael on YouTube. I've been missing him lately on YouTube, but so he put those on. So now I feel a little bit safer driving. I don't have to pump my brakes to stop. I feel good. I'm not grinding. I'm the squealing stopped. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It looks like you and Yaya had a good time over at Six Flags. Jealous. That looked awesome.
Yeah. So it was awesome because the Yaya Chronicles, they got the media hookup with Six Flags. They went to the Fright Fest. I guess Six Flags noticed some of their Halloween, their 31 days or 13 days of Halloween from the previous year, and invited them media event there. And so he had a +1. And so luckily, Brittany couldn't go. Luckily for me, not her, but luckily for me that Brittany couldn't go. And so he invited me, and so we went and had a good time. And I actually now I hopefully got to hook up with Six Flags too. So we talked to the promoter person there and stuff, and it's cool because I like Six Flags. I like the stuff they do, and it was fun. It was really fun making that video. Like they did, it made me feel sad that I missed the car drive-through during COVID, because during COVID time the parks were closed, right? and
Right.
everyone's doing those drive-through events. Well, Six Flags had you drive your car through Six Flags. So do you remember the hill where Tatsu is at and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, where we had to walk up the hill, and there's like the Tatsu
Yeah.
where we're laying down on the roller coaster and stuff.
Oh.
Cars were driving through that hill.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so like they had that hill was called Peppermint Village. Like all the trees were decorated in red and white and stuff. If you watched the video, you saw it. But the car drive through, I think DDG and Joe went to the car drive through, and it was just awesome, you know. And
who out of this group also did Fernie go, or did Yaya go to the car drive through? Someone went.
I don't know if anybody else did.
Or maybe it was the Halloween one they went to the car drive through.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody did the Six Flags one. And I wish I would have, because I'm kind of a theme park geek. So to actually drive my car
right?
Six Flags, like I would just want to do that with no lights. Like just to do it. I don't know why. That's like the weird, that's the weirdo in me, I guess. You know, you could say that's like me, like I guess that's weird. Like Carla Kiko said they did it at Discovery Kingdom, and Joe Ross said the car drive through was fun. Now, Joe, were you driving? And I'm thinking, like, you know, that hilly area where you have to drive up the hill and back down. Like I'm thinking that's pretty narrow, but I guess you're going at a slow speed, so I guess it's not really, you know, it's not like you're going fast or anything. But it just seems like that'd be crazy to drive your car through there.
How was the food? How they had some specialty food? I saw you had the enchilada was more like a chili thing, and there was a sandwich with tomato on it.
You did watch the video. Look at you.
Come on, yeah, I did
too.
Yeah,
it make me happy. I give you a big hug right now. Oh, hug. So, you know, me and Six Flags food, we don't get along. We usually don't get along. Like usually the Six Flags food, like Six Flags game is roller coasters, right? That's the name of the game at Six Flags is roller coasters. It's not necessarily about entertainment and stuff like that. It's roller coasters. But they have a taste of holiday food going on with this event, and the food was good.
Nice. Okay, good.
Now, and also because I'm a Diamond Elite member, I get 50% off all the food, because I couldn't imagine paying full price. But
yeah,
the food was good. Like they had, I mean, I was so stupid. I edited it out of the video. Maybe I should have left it in. But when I had the grilled cheese, which was made with brie cheese, I thought the sign that said pear cheese and brie cheese grilled cheese. And I was like, I don't know what the hell pear cheese is, but it must be good. But then when I ate the sandwich, I was like, there was like something kind of crunchy in it. Not crunchy, but I guess crunchy. But it said pear and brie grilled cheese. So they actually cut up a pear and put the pear in there, because when you have like a charcuterie board and stuff, you have fruit and cheeses and crackers and stuff. So that was cool. It was like a pear. It was like sliced pear, brie cheese, tomato, and a grilled cheese sandwich, and it was actually pretty good. I really dug the enchilada soup, but let's be honest, it was really chili beans. I mean, I think they called it enchilada soup because they threw tortilla strips on it, but it was good. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It was good, So I mean, I can't complain about that. And then they had a brisket mac and cheese egg roll.
Oh yeah.
My only complaint was it needed like a barbecue dipping sauce. You know how you get an egg roll, they give you like maybe like a sweet and sour sauce, or they give you a little sauce to dip it in usually.
Mm-hmm.
It needed, like, if you go to Jack in the Box and get egg rolls, which is kind of weird to go to Jack in the Box and get egg roll. They have great egg rolls at Jack in the Box, but they give you this like sweet and sour sauce that is super delicious. So if they would have just put a little barbecue sauce in it, I think a good tangy barbecue sauce on the outside, like to dip your egg roll in, would have made it perfect. Because when you get an egg roll, the wrapping, it was kind of overpowering the stuff inside, which is weird to say, but it kind of was. So I think a sauce would have been perfect.
Sometimes I think with an egg roll, it's just got to be simplistic. If you have too many things going on, it just, like you said, it's overpowering.
But it could be good. It had mac and cheese in it, the brisket, and if it just had some sort of barbecue dipping sauce or drizzle or something over it, that might be a little too fancy for Six Flags having a drizzle, but it was super good. And then we had the hot Cheeto mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was on point. The hot Cheetos were a little stale, so they probably were left in a thing all day, or something. I don't know, but the mac and cheese, it reminded me of like Knott's Berry Farm mac and cheese. It was thick and creamy, and it was just delicious. So,
nice.
Overall, there's over 2 million lights at that event, and it was just, it was great. And you know what? It was weird was they had characters in all the different light areas. So, kind of like how they did for Fright Fest. When they had Fright Fest for Halloween, the thing that I was most disappointed in is in the scare zones, they did have characters, but they only had like 1 or 2. And usually for a scary event, you need more than that. But for a Christmas event with lights, 1 or 2 is fine, is good. So that's what they had. They had basically 1 or 2 characters in every little light area that they call. I call them lands. I don't know what they call them, but they called them lands. But there were little characters, and the characters were very interactive. So that was cool. Like I wasn't expecting for Six Flags characters to be as interactive as they were. So they were very entertaining. So I had a great time.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked fun. Looked like a blast. And how long does that go on? The whole holiday season, or
all the way through like January 3rd or 4th or something like that? So it's all of December. I'm waiting for you guys to come down in December. I got some free tickets. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
But it's with the cool thing. The one thing I like about Six Flags is they do a lot of things with the price of admission. So you people can go all day long and ride roller coasters and do all that stuff. And then when nightfall comes, they can go and check out all these lights. There's no extra charge. It's just not like a separate ticketed event. It's all in one event. It's all for the day. The price of admission gets you access to all of it.
Nice.
And that's what I liked about Fright Fest. The price of admission got you access to the scare zones, but not the mazes. Because, they got to get a little extra for those mazes. But usually most places like Not Scary Farm or any other place, Universal Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, those are separate ticketed events where if you had a day admission, you can't go to those events at all. So you don't get scare zones, you don't get anything. With Six Flags, they'll give you the scare zones with the price of admission, just not the mazes.
Right.
And it's only like $20 more for the maze or $30 more for the mazes. So it's not bad.
And that's kind of what Lagoon did the same thing. You can go to Lagoon, price of admission gets you in, you get Frightmares. You could pay the extra to be front of the line passes, but you got all those things there.
Which we did. I can't remember. Was it $20 a person for the front of the line pass?
Yep. And you got 5. There was 7 haunted houses, but you only got 5.
I think
5 extra tickets.
I think the year we went, there was only 5 haunted houses.
Was there only 5? 1, 2. There's 1, 2,
4. I think they normally have more, but I think they only had 5 because it was during.
There was only 5,
time, right?
That's right. No, there had to be more because we were trying to steal tickets off of the ground so we could go to them. We were doing the right thing.
Yeah, there you go. So I would definitely recommend Six Flags, especially if you have an annual pass or a season pass to Six Flags. Like it's free. It's a free event, so why not go? And those of you know, the Six Flags food normally isn't that good, but the food was good. I mean, the workers are a little slow in the food areas. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anybody, but it was good.
The s'mores thing was cool. I like the interactive s'mores thing. That was cool. That you had the fire pit and everything.
More. So they had 1, 2, 3. They had at least 3 different s'mores areas where you can grill your s'mores. And I didn't know that because when we first walked in, they gave us a complimentary s'more, and I was like, they just gave me a marshmallow with 2 graham crackers in a bag. Like I wasn't sure what to do with it. I was like, what is this? And then when I saw the s'mores pit, I was like, oh, like, and then a lot of places would not be brave enough to actually have open fire. Like I know that it's behind a barrier, it's behind a fence, but still, like the wind was blowing my way when I was cooking the s'mores, so I was getting the heat and the smoke. Like I was like, a lot of places would be like, no, this might be too much of a liability. Let's not do this, But the sticks were long, and
I just thought that was cool. I thought the interaction of that whole thing was like awesome. Because like you said, liability is a huge thing. So, you're trying to do something like that. They don't want you to be interactive with that. Let's not do that. So that was cool. That was really, and especially like what you said with fire.
Yeah, and they were
That was
manned
cool.
with people and stuff, so I'm sure that, they were, trained to have safety precautions. I'm sure there was a fire extinguisher somewhere around there. I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking. But it was cool. I mean, it was just the kids were digging it. Like, they were having a ball.
Yeah.
And then, if you had your family, they had buy 3, get 1 free. So you can get 4 s'more kits for the price of 3, which would be $15 because it was $5 each. So they weren't trying, they weren't gouging you for it. And it was good. It was good seeing a lot of people were doing it too, because it's just a fun thing to do.
That's awesome. So everybody's over at the daughter's house right now, getting everything prepped and ready to go for tomorrow.
Yeah, Jessica's here baking, making some pumpkin treats or something like that, and they're over there, and she's like, "You want to come?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I gotta spend tomorrow with all you people. I don't want to go tonight too. Come on now."
Any family traditions that you guys do that it's just a staple? Like, you've been to a couple other people's Thanksgiving dinners before, and they're like, "We missed this," or "This is something we do." Is there something you guys do?
No.
No. Okay.
But you know what? It's changed. We used to always have Thanksgiving at our house. Like, that was just always. It was always at our house. But now that the kids are older, buying their own houses and stuff, and doing that, we haven't done it at our house. And
this is perfect. This is perfect, Josh, because guess what? You get to go over there and you get to eat all that wonderful food, and then you get to go home. You don't got to clean it up. You don't got to do anything. You just.
It's great. And Becky bought some turkeys to take over there, and bought some Costco pies, because I love the Costco pumpkin pie. That's my favorite pumpkin pie out there. And everybody's buying things. My son wanted to buy pies to take him over there, and then Becky's like, "I already bought them." So I'm like, "I don't know what he's gonna bring now," but it's just, I don't gotta clean dishes. I don't gotta. We actually, even the last few years we had at our house, we're like, you know what? To get some paper plates, like to get the plastic plates or whatever it is that are disposable, just so we don't have to clean up after. Just throw everything in the trash. I was just like, that's it. We're good.
Nice.
Hey, Kevin, for joining us over there at on Facebook. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, Kevin.
Appreciate it. Yes, Costco pies. They are the best, I swear. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. So we're not Magic key carriers or annual pass holders for Disney, and that was by choice at the beginning. And then we decided we were going to get them, and then they stopped selling the Dream Key. And then we're like, okay, well, if we can't have the Dream Key, then we're not going to get them. And it'll open up opportunities for us to do more travel vlogging and stuff like that, which I think we really want to do. But then today or yesterday, Disney announced they also sold out of I think it's the Believe Key, the next key down.
Yep.
So now the top 2 keys, and the Dream Key had free parking. The Believe Key had half off parking and less blackout days than anything else. So now those are gone. And then also Walt Disney World has pretty much stopped selling annual passes, except for I think the local bottom tier. If you're a Florida resident, very, very bottom tier, right?
Yep. All the way to the bottom. That's the only one that's available.
So for me, I'm like, so what message is Disney sending to all of us? I mean, are they saying, we realize we're making more money selling day tickets, and that can sustain us, versus annual passes?
I mean, I got an email from Southwest that said, hey, we got $38 round trip passes to certain places, $58 for some other places. And one of them happens to be California at the end of January. So I was like, oh, perfect time. So I went and looked at that. And it was like, I think when me and Carrie booked it, we looked at the very end of January, and just to do one day in Disney and do a park hopper, because obviously we want to see both parks, we can do that.
Yeah.
It was like $1,000 for the 4 of us. I was like,
oh
yeah. So, I mean, it tells you when you go to the website, it's $104 to get a ticket.
Oh, no.
But because it's on a peak season and it's on a weekend, it jumps to $219.
So every weekend park hopper is going to be over $200 for
Yeah.
sure. I think a day ticket on the weekend now is like 164 or something, like just for one park. So I mean, I'm surprised the park hopper is not more during that time. But in January, I thought it was supposed to be a non-peak time.
That's what I thought too, and I thought that's why I was like, okay, here's something. This would be nice because the prices will drop a little bit. Man, nope, they didn't. Sure didn't. Not at all.
No,
they're about the same.
Yeah, and they're not seeing a decrease in people going, right? Like
no, it hasn't stopped. I mean, it's not like, and I think that's why they've cut. I really think that's why they've started to cut the annual pass, because the attendance has not dropped. I mean, it hasn't dropped enough for them to go, oh, we got to change some things. People are still going.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but they're going.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I'm looking at the here. I'll pull it up real quick so that way. Let's pull this up. Let's share this screen real quick here. Boom, boom. Let's see if I can do this. Add to the stream. There we go. I'm trying to see if I can move. StreamYards has been doing all sorts of new and exciting stuff with their platform. But so yeah, you're right. Like this is one day park hopper in January. Every weekend is $219, except for there's one Sunday. There's two Sundays at the very end that are $209. That's for one person for one day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And December is actually sold out a lot of days. There's a few days available still right around Christmas time.
See, that's what blows my mind right there. Christmas, $219. January 30th, $219. Like,
yeah, because that's the max they can offer. Because so the price was, if I go back, it's $60 to add the park hopper to any single day ticket.
Yep.
So that's basically what they're saying. So like on the weekday, it's 104 plus $60, so 164.
Yeah.
Right. So if you do your math, 219 minus $60 is 159.
Yep.
Is that right? 159. I think for if you were just do a single park that day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy. And then
I think they can do, and I think they can do that because not very many people can. Most of the people are coming on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're not coming Monday through Thursday. So
yeah, for sure.
I might just have to pull off a Monday through Thursday trip or something.
You know, and it's still like 164. And
yeah,
you know, you're not going to be able to, and if I'm just being honest, you know, you're not going to be able to experience everything. I mean, you've been many times, so you maybe don't have to, but you have to really strategically plan like what you want to do versus what you're not going to be able to do. Because especially if you have a park hopper, like how much can you actually get in? Yeah. And then if it's, you know, I'm curious, what are the park hours for January weekend? Is it open till 11 or is it only open till 10?
I think
the hour can make a world of difference.
I think right now it's open until 11, but that could change. If I remember looking at it correctly, it's still open till 11, but still
the park used to be open till midnight on weekends.
Yeah.
So, you know, so you have less time, you know, then what time do they open in the morning? Is it still going to be 8 or is it going to be 9 or, you know, I don't know. I'm assuming 8, but I just, you know, then it goes to how much you're going to do, how much running around. I know you're a go type of guy. So, but, you know, like for me, like a little bit of my downfall with our Walt Disney World trip was the go.
Yeah.
I don't think I was able to sit back and enjoy it as much. I know the next time we go, I will be able to, because I've already done it now. But you know, I don't know. It's just, that's crazy. Like, so like for that price per person, you know, then you still have to get your hotel.
That's the hotel's free and the flights are free.
Oh, okay.
For all that stuff. So I really wasn't too worried about that, but it was, again, just to pay that price and only have one day, like you said. I mean, for me, I've done Disneyland, so I know what I want. I know what I want to see, but I want to, it's been 2 years since we've been there. So it's like, I want to go in there and enjoy. I don't want to go rush, go. Cause I know I can do that, but at the same time, I don't really want to.
So now if you were, if you wanted to break it up and you still did a park hopper and you did 2 days, it would go from 219 to well, let me see, depending on the day, right? So it would go to 315, because when you buy a multi-day, they don't do a price range anymore. They just do a set price. So it'd be 315 total. So you get to do 2 days for 315. And then if you were on a budget and you wanted to get rid of the park hopper and just do 1 day, but you're still doing 2 days. Let's see, I got 2 days selected. It would bring you down to 255. So almost for, this is just me. If you had the time, this would be my recommendation to anybody who goes there, would be go for the 2 days and do 1 park per day, so you can really chill a little bit more. And from the park hopper of 1 day of 219, you're only going up to 255, and now you get 2 days, 2 different parks. And then Carlin Kiko asked the question: then would you buy Genie Plus or Lightning Lane when they offer it? Michael says no.
We only did Genie Plus and Lightning Lane for Mickey's Runaway Railway and Rise of the Resistance. This is the only reason we bought that. Well, I'm sorry, we used it for did we use it in Epcot? No, we didn't do it. We didn't use it in Epcot. We only used it in Hollywood Studios. And it was only for that reason, so we could get and do all of that. Because I wanted to see Mickey's Runaway Railway and Slinky Dog, and
Slinky Dog was a long line. That was a long line.
Then we wanted to do Rise of the Resistance for sure. Now, Rise of the Resistance, they sold out of their Lightning Lane before we could purchase it. So we actually stood in line for that.
Yeah.
And it broke down twice while we were there. It was like 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes when we finally got to it. And it was pretty awesome. Now, we didn't get to see Kylo Ren in there, but it was all right.
Oh, Kylo was broken?
Kylo was broken. So
the scene where he's moving you around?
No, we got that. We did see that one where you go to the battleship and you see them fighting, and then that piece flies through and he's supposed to turn around. And
that's the scene I'm talking about. So
so
they faced you to the window, then the screen.
Yep, they faced the window, and that piece just stood back there, and you could see him behind the piece, but he didn't move. He didn't.
Okay, I was gonna say usually they cover him up with that piece that comes down, but you could probably still see him back there.
Yeah. So we didn't get to see that. So my brother, which was really cool. The great thing about having people that have kids there, you can do ride or switch.
Yeah.
So we used that, and we used the ride or switch. We went back to it. The ride was broken, and we got all the way to the front, right to get into the thing. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, broken." And sadly enough, the people that were in front of us, that was their third time there when it broke down. So I felt so bad.
Yeah, there's just so, and I understand. I mean, they made a really complex ride, right? There's so many different features in that ride versus a normal ride. I mean, there's elevators, there's drop sequences. Sorry, spoiler alert, people, if you haven't been on it, but it's trackless. There's you're multi-level. You got to get up and you got to get down, and all it takes is for one of those things to not hitch right. Boom, right chest down. And then when it shuts down, then they got to get everybody off. Then they got to restart it. They got to let it run a couple times, make sure everything's cool before they can let people back on. That takes a while. They got to get the mechanics over there. Usually most of the time, it's probably not something serious. It's probably just a sequence type of thing where the car didn't make it all the way into this drop thing and didn't lock properly. So bam, that shuts everything down, and I wish there was some sort of fail safe. Like if one car does that, like maybe everything else can still be going on. But that's why it closes so often, because it's so intricate. There's so many pieces that are going that if you don't have that one particular piece working, it ruins the experience of the whole ride. My thoughts, again, I totally think there is not a ride in the world right now that is better than that ride right there. There is nothing that compares to it. Now, there are some cooler rides. There are some rides that I do enjoy a little bit, more than that, but that is the number one ride in the world. There is nothing better than that ride, just because of all the pieces that are
a part of it. The elevators, the drop sequences, the the trackless ride, you're moving and these big guns are firing, the windows, the interactions between that. I think the interactions could be a little faster when you're getting loaded and everything. That would be maybe a little bit better, but that's okay. But my whole thought process on this whole ride, shut the thing down for a complete year and work out all the bugs so that it works. I mean, they shut it. They didn't bring it open in California for a little bit because there was problems with it, and they fixed that in Disney World. But I still think they would be light years ahead, no pun intended, for Star Wars.
Right.
But to shut it down for a complete year and just seriously bring in the engineers and the ride mechanics people and just figure it out.
Yeah. And, but I have to say, for that ride, like, for the first time you ever ride it, is by far the best experience you'll ever have on a ride. Yeah. Once you've done it a few times, okay, you kind of know everything, and you start learning stuff. But if you're not watching YouTube or you don't know anything about it, I mean, from you go into the queue line to your first show scene, and then when you board a ship, and that ship takes you up to the Starship Cruiser, Star Destroyer, how they do that. You walk in the same door and you walk out the same door, and you walked in on planet Earth or Batu, and you walk out and you're on a Starship Destroyer. Like, it's amazing. Now, I know how all that works, but I mean, the rumbles, the everything, I mean, it's just so good. And then when you're on the Destroyer, like, everybody's in character. You're on the Destroyer.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, every bit of it.
Yeah, you go into an interrogation room, you get broken out, you get, you're fleeing for your life on this robot, this whatever. I mean, you walk into a room with AT-ATs, you're like, F, man, this is crazy. You're getting shot at. The ceiling is blowing up in front of you. There's laser marks that weren't there that are burning in right in front of you. There's, lightsabers burning holes in things. I mean, man, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And then the technology they use when Kylo comes at you with this lightsaber, like, the lightsaber is real and he's not. I don't know if you knew that. Like, that's like crazy.
Right.
It's just, I mean, what they put into that was nuts. Like, whoever thought of that, like, just nuts. Like, can you imagine you walk into the meeting and you're saying, this is what we're going to do? Like, how the hell are we going to do that? It's nuts.
That's why it's so hard to go on rides like Figment's Imagination in Epcot, to know the technology that you have in Ratatouille, the technology that you have and DDG mentioned it, Hagrid's motorbike ride. Like, and then you go to Figment, like, and you're thinking, it's like that. It's like on Men in Black when he was like, unlimited technology and we drive around in a Ford POS, Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Like, why? How does Disney not go after that? And there's a cult following for Figment.
Well, see, it's a fine line, I think, with Disney, and I'm part of this fine line of classics. Leave them alone. Let me have, because I actually enjoy like going to Lagoon. Like, I actually enjoy these old school carnival type of rides, and I think that Disney has to be very careful. Now, Figment, I don't know if that's like one of the old school classic type of rides. I guess it is, because it's a cult following. I mean, I enjoy it, but like, you have to be careful when you touch rides in like Fantasyland, or like people are saying, get rid of Autopia. And I'm like, no, don't get rid of Autopia. It's either you like it or you don't. Yeah. I like that old feeling, but, so it's a fine line they have to walk. They have to bring in new crowds, so they're going to have to change things. Like, Figment's going to have to be changed eventually. Now, maybe it could still be a Figment ride, but it could be changed with technology. But like Spaceship Earth, like, that's old school technology, but I love that ride.
Spaceship Earth. Oh yeah. Okay. So we didn't get to ride that because every time we went to go, I rode it before, but every time we went to ride it was broken down or something's wrong. Mission Space. Did you do that?
What's up, BP? No, I did not do Mission Space.
That was awesome. If that's the closest I always wanted to go up and into a fighter jet and feel the G's that you pull
Yeah.
And if that's the closest I ever get, I'm happy. And it's weird too, because I don't like simulations. Like Avatar. I Unfortunately, it wasn't for me.
You know
It
what? You know
just
what was
was
the
not for
coolest
me.
part for me about the Avatar ride, and I don't remember the name of it, but
Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage, is that we were on the 4th floor of it, and I was able to lean over my avatar and look to the left and see all you people over there to the left, and look down and see the people. I was more intrigued with how far up we were versus the actual screen in the ride, because I thought this for some is it me, or is it like soaring around the world, the picture is much clearer, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and just it's more like, wow, I can see everything great. And Avatar seemed to be a little more pixelated and more blurry. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it,
I
but
just think that it was again, when you get to those dome shaped rides, like when you're on the left side or the right side or the left
yeah,
side on Soarin', when you go up and you do the Eiffel Tower, that's the
yeah,
one that I noticed the most. It's curved, like it
yeah.
looks a
Oh
little
yeah, yeah.
different if you're not
It's
in the
definitely
middle. Okay, so that, but I agree with you. Watching the scene for Flight of Passage, it was it felt like it could be clearer. I felt like Soren. You don't have 3D goggles in Soren. Maybe
yeah.
that's why it was so pixelated, because you had 3D goggles.
I don't think they need to do 3D on that ride.
No,
I
they
think
could take
they
the
could just
3D away and that'd be awesome.
clear it up, and then I was thinking like, yes, I did, Joe. I broke the 4th wall by looking around. I couldn't help myself. I'm so intrigued by that stuff. The mechanics, like I know how Soren works. I wanted to see what they were doing here and how many levels there were, and I think one of the problems too is they have to make it so big because they're trying to pack so many people
Yeah,
into one simulation that this is kind of what they have to do. But imagine, I would think that if you were on the bottom row of that ride, it would not be as cool as if you were maybe on the top or the middle or the 3rd row up. I think the higher up, maybe the better on that ride. I don't know, because I don't recall seeing the ceiling above it. I did look up, so I do recall seeing it, but I don't know. I think the experience would be different at the bottom. I don't know. Has anybody rode in the bottom row and had a
VP,
different experience?
if you wrote different things there, yeah, that's what I want to know. That would have been good. I
Give me
was
one
just
second.
surprised. Okay, he's gone. He's leaving.
I'm just walking over to my little mini refrigerator that I have in my office.
Face it.
I'm getting my new drink. Wait, I know what you mean, Midlife Vibes. We were okay. Here we go. Carnegie Adventures. We were on the bottom. I was looking up and I was in awe at how many people there were. So she broke the 4th wall. I think so. For me, like I'm a big like ride geek. Like as far as I really love knowing how rides work, the behind the scenes of them. Like
The
and that's
mechanics, the mechanics of a ride are so much more intriguing to me than the ride itself, for
yeah,
sure.
like Rise of the Resistance, like learning how they did the scene from Batu to the Starship Destroyer, and the timing of it, and that there's 3 vehicles that are on a rotating platform that shakes and rattles individually, and the timing has to be perfect for you to load, go around, unload, and then the same thing, just keep going around, and then all that stuff, even like Smuggler's Run, like that's amazing to me how they, there's like what 10 pods or 7 pods on each disc, and there's 4 discs, and there's how the timing is just, but you have no idea that you've stopped, like because you're going around in a circle, but you also are stopping every time they load a pod, but you have no idea
Mhm.
that you stopped. You're just riding the ride, woo, having a good time. Wow, I'm shooting things, but you're really moving, stopping, moving, stopping, moving, stopping until you get to your in scene and you exit.
Yep.
And same thing with, so it's just all that stuff. Like it's so intriguing. Like that's why, like at Universal Studios here, the Harry Potter ride, Forbidden Journey or whatever it's called, they have 3 of those disc things where you're on this big arm thing that's twirling you around, and the next thing you know, you're in a disc, and the disc is going with you. And then you
Yep.
exit out of the disc into a scene that cuts from the movie scene. And then you enter into another disc and you're going around. It's crazy. Like I always imagine like how many people go on these rides and have no idea what it entails? Like, really, you think about, like, how many people, like, when they go on the Harry Potter ride, realize that they are synced perfectly coming into a disc that's rotating around and synced perfectly for you to join into it and rotate with it and then come out exactly perfectly. Like, I bet most people don't even realize that's what happens, you know?
Yep. They just think they're on a ride and it's going, and when you come around, it's supposed to be there. And if that disc was off a millisecond, it throws everything completely off.
I mean, you have to be centered with that disc perfectly, like, and so that's why I think Rise of Resistance, that's why it breaks down so much, because there's so many different things. Like, your cart has to lock in, it has to go up an elevator, it has to, and it's trackless. It has to, I mean, the timing has to be perfect. And I know there's triggers throughout the ride that trigger scenes to happen and stuff like that, but it's just crazy. Check my IG, Josh. Okay, VP says check my IG.
VP, I've been watching some of your videos. Really cool, fun. I like seeing all those things, even though I haven't been live. I can watch all you guys. Keeps me busy when I get 5 minutes.
So they have 4 of those scene things, VP, in there? Is that what VP's saying? I think that's what VP's saying.
4 scenes and Flight of Passage and Avatar?
I think they have 4 screens, 4 different screen rooms. Kind of like the Millennium Falcon has 4 different discs. Do they have 4 screen rooms?
I mean, it is, when you step back and look at that whole mountain, I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Why am I? Okay, here we go. I'm just looking at something here.
He does say 4 rooms. That's crazy.
I sent you something, VP, too, just in case. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize the building was that big to have 4 rooms. And the weird part is, that's on top of Navi River, right? Like, that ride is on top of Navi River. Because when you look at, okay, I'm gonna do it now. Because now you got me. I already had Google. I always have Google Maps ready to go because I love maps.
I love Navi River. I thought that was a great ride, just a calm, relaxing ride. And like when you got to the end of the ride, that giant, that was cool. Like that to me, I geeked out on that.
I wish Navi River was a little bit longer, but a lot of people hate on Navi River, and I'm not going to hate on Navi River. Okay, so look at this. So this is the building for Navi River and Pandora, or whatever it's called, Flight of Passage, right? Obviously, the Flight of Passage part right here is a little bit taller, and I think I can do like a 2D so you can kind of see. So you can see right here, like this building, it's taller. So I guess there would be 4. There could be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But Navi River is not just over here. Navi River encompasses this whole building. So tell me if I'm wrong, VP, but I think, thank you. Have some short vlogs dropping this week. Okay, so I think that Navi River, because like, there's no way, right? There's no way Navi River fits right here in this little bit. It has to encompass more than that. Like, it really, I think it has to. There's just no way.
So when you walk into Navi River here,
right over here, right?
Nah, over to your left.
Right here.
Yeah, that's kind of right where you go into Navi River.
That's where you go into the queue.
It's got to incorporate over here into this smaller building.
But the queue is right now. This right here is only queue. This is not ride right here. That is queue.
Right. So then you go over. It's got to be part of that whole building. So yeah, that whole thing right there.
This is ride loading and unloading over here. There's no way it fits right here. There's no way. It has to be part of this. I mean, why would they? Okay, why would they have the buildings completely connected?
Very true. Yeah.
Now, VP says Navi is just to the side, but okay, hold on. Let's see. VP. But look how small this is right here. How can Navi just fit in that? How could it just fit in that?
That's it. Let's take a flight. Let's go. Let's ride it again and make sure we know.
Like, I don't know. And then there's all these stairways and uppers and stuff like that. Like this has to be part of the queue upper floor of because why would they have Navi River is a flat ride, right?
Yeah, you
There's
don't
no
go
need
any
for
hills
all
or
these stairs, and there's no need for rooms up top. If it was just like Pirates or something like that, right? But look at this. So what I'm thinking, this is just me thinking. I could be totally wrong. You enter into where's it at? Here's some of the queuing for Flight of Passage right here. When you go into Flight of Passage, I think the queuing for Flight of Passage is above part of Navi River.
I feel like it is. I feel like you're in that building right there. You're in the queue there.
This building
That's where Becky got hung up on the fence.
Okay, again, he says check my IG. I will check my IG. I sent you something on IG too, if you just in case you. No way. There's no way. Nope. I'm laying down. Oh, okay. They got it. Got it.
You getting some insider track?
I don't think that's. Look at this. This is what he sent me.
Oh
See
wow! Wow.
He's saying that's Navi right there. Now this is not official though. That's not official. That's somebody. You know, that's not an official like.
That's pretty good though.
No, but here's my okay. I'm laying down here. Look at this. Here's my problem. Where's the loading and unloading? You think there's enough room? They're telling me on that image right there. Let me see. I'm gonna look real quick and see. The squares right there. There's no way that's enough room for loading and unloading at the front of that ride. I just don't. You think really it could? I don't. Okay, so this picture does explain the stairways. Sorry, tell me if I'm getting too in depth with this type of stuff, but see these stairways right here.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture, if you look at the pink and the green at the bottom there, that
Right.
does explain that's part of maybe the pre-boarding for some of the other areas of Flight of Passage.
Single rider or handicap or something.
Yeah, and I don't. I'll be honest though. If you look at this picture right here.
Oh, he sent you another official one.
If you look at this picture right here, then what's all this building over here? If this is not part of the ride, then what's all this? Why would they even make that part of the building? Why would they do this part?
I think that's so. That picture that's on the.
You son of a gun. He did send me a picture. Are you sure this is official? It looks pretty official. This actually kind of looks like what blueprints look like and like what. I don't know, man. He's gonna prove me wrong no matter what.
DP, send me the blueprints and Instagram. I want to see this stuff.
Okay. But what I don't get is if Navi River is right here, then you're saying you're loading and unloading right at the. So this is queuing, and you come in and load and unload over here. Like, let me see. I don't. Maybe. Yeah, you come in, you go through, do all this queuing over here, and then I don't know. Kiko man, what's up, Kiko? So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's possible.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Did you get him?
I did.
I mean, the ride is short.
Okay, so if I look at and I look at that picture, where's your Google map again?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So what's the third building? Is that are we saying that
tower?
No, that one right there. That one.
Yeah, what's that?
What is that?
And there's air conditioning on it. That's not part of queue because the queue is the outdoor queue is right here. The indoor queue is right here. If the entrance is up here, you're walking in to the loading and unloading over here. So what is this?
Because when you look at the picture that he sent, or when we send the blueprints of that, I mean, that is.
This is the one
And VP,
outtake.
I love you, man. You're on top of this. This is what I like to see. Because you're saying that the second building is basically what Navi River is floating through.
Remember, our group barely fit in the loading zone. Yeah, it is a small loading zone, I guess, Joe. Yeah, those boats are small, so I guess the river could be smaller and make sharper turns. But I don't know, man. I'm just like, so what is this? Is this queuing right here too then? Because that's not the river. Because if you look at the blueprint, this is still part of Flight of Passage right here. And then
your river is the second building with the
the
two
river is this
ACs
right
on
here.
top. Yep.
This building right here. This is not on the this right here is not on the blueprint. So what is this? Somebody tell me, what is this? Because it's not on the blueprint.
We need an updated blueprint.
Hitting that like button. That's not the right according to this map. This thing that you sent me, VP. I'm just saying. I mean, you know what? You got me all sidetracked. You got me all into this talk over here about this. You got me. I like to argue with VP. I mean, I was going to talk about downtown Disney and you know, the what it looks like, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit, but you know, I can't even talk about that. I don't know. You know.
So what's going on with the new stuff? What are we hearing? Do they know rides? Have they said anything?
New stuff for what?
For the Simba lot and Disneyland Hotel.
Oh,
I know that they.
There's. I know. So you saw the concept art where they were going to expand the parks over to the other side of the street, Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, right?
Right. Yep.
But so I'm just adjusting my Google Maps so then we can see what we're talking about here. So basically, you saw where this is Disneyland right here, and this is DCA. In the future, I mean, I think this is a far away future.
Hi, Kiko.
This parking lot over here becomes part of DCA.
Right.
And this parking lot right here becomes part of Disneyland. This is the parking structures, both parking structures. Those are not going away.
Those are gonna stay. It just sounded like that California had filed for some amendments that were a lot faster than people expected. So
yes. So eventually, I think that yes, this will become part of Disneyland, and this will become part of DCA. And the hotel that puts Paradise Pier Hotel, which I think would be probably rethemed or renamed, still right there. I think you'd still have it there, kind of like how you have the Grand California basically integrated with DCA over here. But what the blueprint or the thing that we were looking at, I think is progress to the concept art that they had for that. So if I pull up that picture, what a lot of people are talking about is this building right here, right? This whole area used to be the AMC Theater, Earl Sandwich, Starbucks, right?
Right.
Everyone's talking about this because this is where the monorail comes. There was bathrooms behind it right here. And they said, now they're saying, oh, well, look. Well, basically what I think they're doing when they do something like this is they're talking about DCA. See how DCA is one long straight line, basically, you know, a dysfunctional straight line, but it's still kind of one straight line. They're saying basically we're going to rebuild these buildings right here and make DCA kind of expand it to this direction a little bit. So if I pull it up the picture, you see you're walking down the main aisle of DC, not DCA. I say downtown Disney. Sorry, downtown Disney when I'm speaking, not DCA. So you're walking this way towards the hotel, and now you can cut left, and there'll be shops over here to the left instead of just a straight line.
Bye, Carla. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye. So nobody's talking about this building down here. Everyone's talking about these buildings. So obviously, restaurant or Starbucks or food or shopping here.
Good night, VP.
Over here. But then look at this building right here. No one's talked about this building. This is what I'm saying. I think they're taking it a left turn, and you have buildings on both sides. And look at this walkway right here. Now, let me show you on the map where that is. That means there would be a building right here where my mouse is at. This is that grass area right here. And there's going to be a building right here. And then maybe this is a little walkway
to get your parking lot.
The parks, or in the far future, a walkway to the second gate or third gate into Disney California Adventure, which is Disney California Adventure. It would be right here, work its way around the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to demolish that hotel, so it'd work its way around. Third gate. For Disneyland, second gate would be over here. So I'm assuming this is the first phase of a downtown Disney revamp right here. The next phase is going to be the demolition of the old
Rainforest
Rainbow Cafe or what is it called?
Rainforest Cafe
and ESPN Zone. Those go away. Maybe more little shopping and stuff like that, and a walkway to the second gate for Disneyland, which will expand to over here. Remember, they're going to still have to get permits to change the roadway, add walkways coming across, kind of like how they were going to do on the other side over here to the hotel. Because remember, they bought
all of that hotel and they were going to put a bridge over it.
Yeah, they've already demolished the Camelot Inn right here. This is already gone. And this right here was the old hotel. They just changed it into parking, which I don't know why for now. But they're going to make the walkway come across and over the road and there. So I don't know. But
I'm asking for a beer.
Oh, okay. Gary, go get him a beer. Thank you, BP, for helping with the blueprints. I do appreciate it. Yes, a Target reunion, right, Melissa? That'd be fun. So I think this is part of the revamp of planning for the long future. This is the
your dreams.
Remember, they're not doing this just to for the next. Oh, this is just a little something. This is part of a big, long, like 10, 15-year plan, I think.
Joe Ross said 30.
30-year plan?
I believe Joe Ross when he says things because he's in the know.
Yeah. Well, I guess, like, to completely complete it, yes, for sure. 30. I would think, yeah, probably 30 years because, you have to do it in little bits because it's very expensive, and they're going to recoup some of that cost as they go. Because remember, the plan also includes this parking lot over here to be completely redone into a whole new Disney Springs type of shopping, and possibly maybe a hotel over here also.
That's the Toy Story parking lot, right?
Toy Story parking lot. So they're talking about, so the concept art showed like a parking structure over here. So this would become a parking structure to handle the Disney Springs-esque type of shopping center that would be here. So you'd have no more bus because this is the bus transportation corridor right here. So you park, the buses come in, they pick you up, you go out, right? That would all have to go away. But then that also comes into the plan because Disney bought all this property over here, the new parking structure that would go over here. And then this area here would become the new transportation hub. It would shift all of these bus drop-offs right over here. All of this shifts to over here.
Oh, wow.
And then that's where you would walk. And then this area would become part of Disney California Adventure also. Because your walkway, so if you have a parking hub over here, you have a giant parking structure, you have your Uber, your Lyft, your taxi, your bus drop-off over here. Then everyone your security is now over here. Everyone takes a walkway over the road, and it comes down alongside the monorail right here into the Esplanade. That's how the concept art originally had designed it.
Right. Are they still going to do that? Or are they still going to let you walk over, or that's kiboshed?
Well, they were redoing it, so there was because all these businesses on Harbor were complaining, like, wait, all the street traffic we're going to lose. So what they were redoing was, how can we get, because before in the original concept art, which I didn't like this idea, anybody who was on Harbor had to walk all the way down to Disney Way, walk all the way this way, walk all the way behind all these hotels to then take the bridge over into Disneyland. So what they were, so imagine you're over here in these hotels, the kind of walk you would have to do to get to Disneyland. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So what I think they were trying to do is figure out a way to then get people to walk this way, somehow get them, like, have an opening over here so they can come this way, go through security, and then walk back up over the bridge. Or maybe they do some sort of other entrance with security near the bridge on Harbor Boulevard. They have to work something out for the businesses. They will.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've actually done it yet, but
I do have to say I do like the in Disney World. I liked how they had all the parking separate away from things in a way. Like, you just got to the park and you were there. It did kind of suck that you had to drive over there and you couldn't get right to your car afterwards, but I do like that.
Yeah.
More park.
I mean, when they do this, they have to reroute the monorail too. So this monorail right here that goes through DCA, it'll follow alongside the other monorail track until the ramp that comes over the roadway gets low enough, and then it'll cut. They said it will cut through into DCA and rejoin itself right over here. So this whole part of the monorail would be redirected. But we'll see. I mean, that's like Joe said, it's a very long. Imagine this little first phase right here. I mean, what'd they say? A couple years for that to take effect?
Yeah,
that's just this little phase. Then imagine they got to do this phase, which is on top of that will be another 5-6 years down the road. This is going to be 2 or 3 years. This is going to be 5 or 6 years. Then they decide to come over. They got I mean, just the construction alone, it's gonna take a long time. I can't see it happening.
How long did the parking structure that is going to stay, that's up top of this map, these ones here, how long did that whole construction take to get all that done? 3 years? 2 years?
Well, that was 2 phases, because the first part, the Mickey and Friends, was built a long time ago,
right?
Which is much bigger, much larger than Pixar Pals. But Pixar Pals took a few years, I believe.
Yeah, it seems like when we first started watching your stream was right when they started going after that, and then it took a couple years to get
when they were building Star Wars Land right here, this was still a parking lot for oversized vehicles and buses and overflow from Mickey and Friends. And then they started to build that. Yeah, it's been a while. It was a while. It took them a while. And yeah, we'll see what happens though. I mean, they literally, Disney has to go to parking structures. And then really, then there's this lot way over here that Disney bought. And it was like a mobile home park. And Disney bought it. And they were planning on building a parking structure here for cast members. So all cast member parking would be here. But the surrounding homes and stuff, they were like, we don't want to look at a parking structure.
Oh,
and dang. I'm like, they're gonna make it, or the traffic too. They said, I think they're complaining about the traffic and everything. And this is back when the city of Anaheim was not very Disney friendly, and now the city of Anaheim is kind of like more Disney friendly.
Hey, we need Disney to survive. Hi, Becky, how are you?
Hey, Becky. So I really, and I think what the city of Anaheim has realized too during COVID times is that they really need Disney, and they need the Anaheim Convention Center, but they really need Disney. How many businesses went out of business around Disneyland because it was shut down?
Billions of dollars.
They're gone. So there's business gone forever. But then even like restaurants, like there's a Denny's right here. The only reason this Denny's only exists because of Disneyland. So when restaurants were allowed to reopen that back up, they did not reopen up because they don't have any traffic. There's nobody going to go. Nobody's going to come over here to go to Denny's because this is a resort area, you know? So I don't know. I think there's a lot of money to be made by the city definitely in the future. So who knows? Who knows? But they obviously I don't think you're going to last very long on city council and stuff like that if you're not going to be pro Disney. I mean, and look what happened when re-elections came up. Guess what? A lot of people, you're out, you're gone. You know, because Disney has a lot of money to throw at those campaigns. That's for sure.
They sure do. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you back those guys? I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, the amount of revenue that they pump into the city, I mean, I think it would be smart to back them, you know, because they pump. I mean, the tax revenue that comes from that, the employment that happens from that. I mean, the job creation, it's huge, you know. So
usually like the first week of January.
What happened?
Becky asked, when do they take down the Christmas decor at Disney? It's usually the first week of January. They give you a couple days in January for it to be up, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Depends on how the week. I think it depends on how the weekend falls. That first Monday is usually when you see it disappear.
Yeah, it comes down quick. All right. Well, I'm getting tired.
Thanks for having me on. It's been a minute.
I'm glad you're here. I mean, you kind of look like Becky too. No, I'm just kidding. There you go. But no, thank you for coming on, you guys. And if you guys haven't checked out Time Out with Michael, make sure you check out Time Out with Michael on all social media. He's out there, out and about. But with that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, obviously subscribe to the channel. We'll be back next Tuesday, or at least I will. I think Becky's working, so hopefully I'll be back on next Tuesday. And then after that, it's going to be Wednesdays for a little while. And that's it. You have anything you want to plug away, Michael?
No, I don't, because I just don't. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure life out. Maybe I need to change mine from Mondays to something different. Could be a little bit better. I don't know. We just this is Carrie's busy time too. So
yeah,
I like to have her on the show. She puts a fun dynamic on it. I mean, I can get on here and talk all the time, but I don't know. We've toyed around a little bit about the podcast format. That's a lot of fun. We do enjoy that.
I like that. You know, and with StreamYard, you know, you pre-record and, you know, you don't always have to be live too, you know?
Yeah.
But
so we do that. Check us out. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We appreciate all of our viewers, and we're going to come see you soon. Don't you worry. We're going to come see you soon.
Yeah. And if I ever get a car, we'll come see you.
Meet in the middle. Vegas.
Right? Vegas. That's kind of more my side, but that's close enough.
It's an hour flight for us. We're good.
There you go. All right, you guys, with that, we will catch you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Goodbye.